Hi, Hector here. Today is August 3rd. It was a high of 90 today. I've been outside working on 4 frames for an upcoming show at Crested Butte, Colorado. I was there, if you've seen the video on my channel, I was there for about 24 hours during a trip to Pace in Denver, and I made 4 of these plein air paintings and submitted them for the plein air show in Crested Butte through the Sean Horn Gallery, and the show was going to be up at the Crested Butte Center for the Arts. But I'm really happy because all 4 of my paintings got selected for the show, and I have to ship them out tomorrow. I just wanted to make a really short video and kind of show you guys the paintings and the frames. So I apologize for the really harsh lighting. I have 2 clamp lights here in the garage. It just started to rain about 20 minutes ago. As I said, it was really hot today. The high was 90. It's about 75 degrees now, so it feels really good compared to earlier, but I'm really kind of dirty, and I've had a crazy day here in the garage, just painting and sanding and buffing with steel wool. So it's been a very dusty day, but I'm really pleased with how my frames have been turning out lately. I'll show you a few close-ups so you can see all the character that's here on the frames. This has been the process that I've been using for pretty much all of the frames I've made this year. If I had to guess, these are probably close to, one of these frames is probably close to the 30th frame I've made this year. So, it's been a really productive year for frame building and canvases and all that stuff. My hands sometimes feel like they're getting carpal tunnel or early arthritis. So I try to stretch and take breaks and not do this every day. But when you have a deadline, you kind of have to push through and finish things. I'll just give you a really quick tour. This was the first painting I made when I got to Crested Butte. It was actually a little bit longer on the bottom, and I accidentally cut it too deep or too short height-wise, and had to rethink the painting a little bit, but I'm still pretty happy with how it turned out. This was made kind of by the baseball field in downtown Crested Butte. So that's the first one. These aren't actually installed in the frames yet. And I still have to polish the frames with wax. So things are still in progress a little bit, but this is pretty close to how they're going to turn out. Let's see here. I think this one was the second painting that I made. This is with gouache on a paper panel. This is 6 by 8 inches. Give you a close-up of the painting. You can see a little bit of sheen there from the varnish and wax seal on the painting. Again, I'm really happy with all these little moments of character in the frames, which are about 2¼ inches wide on the face, and then 1.5 inches on the outside part of the frame here. So they're not super thin, but they're also not as deep as some of the frames I've been making. So I'm actually really happy with the size and feel of the frames. I believe this was the 3rd in this grouping. This painting is about 10 inches by 10 inches. So with the frame, it's like 14 by 14. It's a good size frame. Actually, it's I think closer to 15 by 15, but this is with oil paint on paper, like these 2 here. So all 3 of these are oil paint on paper. And this was made the second day that I was there before I had to drive back to Denver. So it was a really fun kind of last minute painting that ended up inspiring this one from a similar view. You can kind of see that this big aspen grouping of trees is the same group that's here. I just was farther back on the road. So yeah, these are the 4 paintings that are going to the show. If you're near Crested Butte, or if you live in Colorado and you're willing to make a trip into the valley of the mountains there, please check out the show. This is a plein air event that only happens once every 7 or 8 years, from what I've gathered. So I'm really excited to have 4 paintings in the show and to load them up probably in the morning into this crate that I made today. So this is another thing that I'm actually really pumped about. I even spray painted turquoise arrows along the outside just to help UPS remember what direction this is supposed to face. So yeah, it's gonna be a great learning experience here. I've never actually shipped anything in a crate before, so I'm really excited. This feels like I'm checking a box that I've wanted to check for a long time. But let me know what you think about the paintings and the frames or the crate. But that pretty much wraps up this video. I'm hoping over the next few months to make at least 1 or 2 other videos. I'm really like in the middle of my plein air event and competition season right now. So I'm traveling and trying to balance studio work and a bunch of other things. I have a lot of emails and things that I'm trying to kind of keep track of. But I also want to just take a quick moment and say that I have a handful of workshops left for this year. And if you'd love to meet with me and learn some drawing and painting techniques, check out my website there. While you're on my website, also take a look at my shop. I have a bunch of recently framed plein air and studio paintings that are for sale. Yeah, I'll ship them out to you, maybe even in a crate if it's one of the larger pieces. So if you have any questions, feel free to email me or leave a comment in the video sort of column there. Before I ramble on too much longer, I just want to say thanks for watching, and if you're subscribed, thank you so much for following along. I hope you have a wonderful day or night, and I'll talk to you soon.